You're about to watch a Trains Newswire video. If you enjoy what you see, consider watching some of our other full-length videos. Selling Sunshine, the Florida Trains. Locomotive 2017, a video companion to our best-selling annual issue. Big Steam is back. All of these and more are available from our website, kalmbachhobbystore.com.
Good morning, Trains Nation. Today is November 10th, Friday, all day until midnight, as you're so fond of saying.
It is true.
And we are really energized and energetic today in Milwaukee land. In the Milwaukee land area, there's a big thing called
Milwaukee
Train
Land.
Fest.
Yes, that's
coming on
up.
Saturday. Yeah, so we're excited about that. We got a lot of guests coming in the building today.
Come see us. We've got a big booth. We'll visit with you. We'll tell jokes, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
Juggling acts, anything you want.
Yes, or pretend to do all of those things, and then you can watch us try. Anyway, we got some news this week. We got some
Lots
big
going
news.
on. Yep.
Let's start off with the biggest thing that I think most of our readers are going to be interested in. There's going to be a special locomotive on the CS6 Santa train coming up.
Yep.
And that is an F unit, Clinchfield 800. Originally built as an F3, now an F7 on the inside.
Right.
And it's going to be hauling the Santa train, which is really, really cool. Now, we've heard a little bit about this before, but you know, you actually saw this thing in action a few times too, didn't you?
Yep. Rode behind it as a kid on the Clinchfield back in 1978. Saw it in a lot of different incarnations on the Clinchfield or on other parts of Seaboard System or family lines. Either as a pusher or a special executive train power. So lots of different incarnations for it. And a lot of folks saw it last as CNO 8016 down at the Streamliners at Spencer Festival. And it's been hanging out there for the last couple of years. But the good folks at CSX's Huntington, West Virginia shop did a really nice job of recreating the 1948 original paint scheme on the locomotive. So a real nice tip of the hat to the history of this train and the history of the route, the Clinchfield Railroad. Now,
the folks at Huntington, I think, if I understand the story correctly, they actually interviewed old Clinchfield engineers, locomotive engineers and conductors, to get the right interior paint, to get the right seat covers.
There's a lot of authenticity in this one.
Right down to every...
A lot of details. Good one-to-one modeling here. So if you are in East Tennessee, Southwestern Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, next weekend, the 18th, go see the Santa train. We'll be there. We'll be shooting it live for some video coming up. I'll be there. Be sure and look us up. Say hello.
Yeah, there's also an SD45 there too, right?
There's a fabulous SD45 there.
Painted in
Clinchfield.
Yeah.
Yep. Clinchfield and the Seaboard Coastline did a little horse trading back in the 1970s, and they ended up with 7 SD45s. So this is a stand-in for this one, but it'll be nice. It's a nice tip of the hat to the history of the Clinchfield and the Santa train.
Yeah, absolutely nice. Now, a sad piece of news. Logging Railroad is now down.
Yep.
Vancouver Island, British Columbia.
The Inglewood Railroad.
Inglewood Railroad is now gone.
It's gone.
7 months after a horrific accident where logs crashed into a maintenance of way crew. 3 men died and several others injured. The logging company owners say that they're not going to reopen the railroad. They're going to move everything by truck. See the full story on Newswire. We're also going to have a PDF from 2000 on a story that we did on that railroad from 2012. That'll be available on the website for everyone to see. Check that out later today. We should probably talk about CSX too, shouldn't we?
We should.
You know, the corporate stuff, not just the Santa train. So we got several stories out from Bill Stevens this week on CSX. Shippers remain skeptical of CSX freight numbers, about how fluid the network is and about how quick freight is actually reaching destination. Shippers saying they're not seeing improvement. CFO has come out this week and says everything's on the table. Speaking on behalf of E. Hunter Harrison, the CEO, to several investor conferences, everything is on the table. What does that mean? That means yards, yard humps, lines, branch lines, main lines, operation centers. That's really interesting. We kind of suspected that, but I mean, whatever everything on the table means to you is what it means here. And also an interesting story that now that 2 of CSX's executives will be leaving by November 15th, 2 longtime Class 1 railroaders, women, they're going to be gone. That will reduce the number of chief officers of some kind, chief, financial chief, whatever, by 30%.
Wow.
That's huge. All those stories.
Big change. Yeah, big change.
Big change. So CSX continues to surprise and dazzle us with lots of new information.
Indeed.
Fred Frailey is talking about some things this week.
Fred's been blogging about the holdup of Ron Vittori's confirmation as FRA head, and rightfully so, I think. And I know Bill Stevens has been checking up on that
That's
too.
right.
The former head of the NTSB says that should not be held up. That's a position that should be pushed forward to at least to a vote, up or down vote. So lots of in the Senate. Newswire coverage and blogging coverage there.
Yes. Now, is it my understanding that Fred is going to continue blogging on this until Ron Vittori is confirmed?
He says he will.
He says he will.
He says he'll continue on.
Check back often. Check back often, because exchanging a few emails with Fred over the past couple of days, he's really, really upset about this and wants to get the information out there. And he's even going so far, I think, as to starting to call up senators and congressmen and saying what the heck is going on.
Right.
Or at least ones that he.
And if Fred
he knows.
doesn't, we will.
That's right.
So.
Well, and we are. Let's see here. Go ahead. What else do you got so far?
Well, the other one that really caught my eye, of course, is that Siemens is going to take over the passenger car order for California and the Midwestern states that was delayed after Nippon Sharyo's prototype down in Rochelle, Illinois, failed its crashworthiness test, and they could not bounce back from that. So now Siemens is going to be building those cars out in California, which is good news. That's
someone is building cars.
Stalled. Now there's still some questions about money, and there was a lot of federal money that was put into that project a long time ago for the recovery efforts back in 2009, and so there's still some question marks about where that money comes from and who's. I mean, we're talking about millions of dollars here.
Well, yeah, like $500 million.
Yes.
$500 million to give
Lots
the
of
states.
money.
So the new contract is $300 million, and it's for single levels instead of bi-levels.
Right. But the good news is some new passenger cars are on the way.
It's on Newswire.
That is very good news.
It's on Newswire. Some happy news from Indiana. Did you see an Indiana short line?
I did.
Some units?
I did.
So they've got a new F, they got a Jeep, and they got I think they got an SD out too, don't they?
I think it is.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting paint schemes. We're not gonna spoil the surprise. Go check it out on Newswire. We got some nice photos from Steve Smedley, who was out there last weekend to catch these locomotives in their natural habitat.
Yeah, it's really good. It's good stuff. It plays into this F unit theme that we have going on. And by the way, there's a nice feature story coming along that is going to be in our February issue. So check that out too.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Right now, we don't see any problems with traffic on the main lines, even though there's a big cold snap coming in from Canada, but we're going to be watching for that. It's going to be sunny here. No, actually, it's not going to be sunny. It's going to be cloudy, but we're going to rail fan anyway.
Tomorrow, the Sioux Line 1003 will be out and about.
That's right.
In beautiful Hartford, Wisconsin.
If you are near there, wave to me. I'll be on the caboose doing crowd control.
Yes, doing crowd control.
From the caboose.
Tomorrow, of course, is Veterans Day, and we've got a nice little treat for you here at the end. Unless you've got something else, Steve. I think we're good. We're ready to wrap up here. We got a nice treat for you here. Last Sunday, I was in Omaha, and we stumbled on the movement of the Union Pacific's new Veterans commemorative locomotive on its deadhead move down to its first public appearance in Fort Riley, Kansas. So check out this video. And to our veterans, thank you for your service and all that you do for us.
Thanks.